Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Make It with Ashley. Today is the Oh My Heart workshop. It was created by Chris Robertson and put on by me. You can check me out at Make It with Ashley, and you can also purchase these lovely paper pack and workshop at ashleybilicki.closetomyheart.com. This is such a cute Valentine's Day theme paper, also great for engagements. You can see these wonderful details that come from the sticker sheet, the raspberry twine, and just the complementing colors from this paper pack. So let's get right into it. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and we'll start with the left page. All right. If you want, what might be a good idea is let's kind of lay out our pieces so you can kind of see where everything, a pile for layout one. This one has a lot of stuff going on, all right? So our larger chunks, okay? So find the two largest chunks, and we want the plaid side, all right? And that is gonna go in the middle. So again, right now, I'm not going to glue anything down. I'm going to kind of just roughly lay it in place so you can see where it is, and then I'll show you the stripy side. All right. So I want the stripy side. Get these out of the way. All right, and these are going to go up at the top and the bottom. We are going to have a little bit of white showing on our page as kind of a fun accent. Okay. So then you'll notice that we have 4 of each of these. So we want this way. So the larger ones are going to be the hearts, and the smaller ones are going to be kind of this. This is going to kind of mirror on the top and the bottom. So again, notice the hearts are the slightly larger side, and the diamonds this way are going to be the slightly smaller piece. Okay. Oops. All right. That is kind of the base. We have a lot of other pieces, but you'll notice those are going to be some fun accents. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and glue these down, and then we'll get our next layer on top of this. Okay. All right. So what you're going to want is your ruler. One second. And then you are going to mark. A lot of times what I'll do is, I don't know if you can even see that, but it's a very small pencil mark. And I'll do that just 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. Otherwise, it is impossible to get straight across. Okay. I like always having kind of the base. What order am I gluing things in? I like just scooch everything up just a hair, so that way I have a little bit of room to work. And then I flip it over. I'm going to take my tape runner, and I'm just going to work my way up the page, gluing everything down. Okay. You guys are welcome to unmute yourself, and we can all chit-chat if you'd like. I know Julie and Tasha, I can see. I know you guys are next to each other and a little bit easier to talk. But. So, using those little marks allows me to be nice and straight And you notice when I place my paper down, I will always come in on an edge, and then I can have it kind of nice and tucked in. I can make sure I'm level on both sides, and then I can push it down with my adhesive. So, Julie, Tasha, where are you guys from again?
Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys have snow over there?
It's supposed to be starting here in the next, well, anytime. So yeah, we're supposed to get 5 to 11 inches. So.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, and that's like winter. It was like.
You're in California?
Yeah, I'm in California. It was like 70s. All. And
I was talking too when we were doing it. Maybe if we had the guide, like we had it, like we signed up for the February one. Mm-hmm. So if you could send us that, so we could print it out. So did those go to pile 2 or 3? We didn't see it.
Okay.
So like if we had the guide, so we could print out, and then, or I don't know if you send them out, or I don't know, just something more visual, that we could, if we got behind or.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Anyone who orders, I can send them the guide just so they have it on hand.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And do them with other people. It's boring doing this alone. And so, that's why I was like, I bet I could, let me see who wants to do it with me, kind of thing. And yeah, it's really easy to kind of send them out. Other options, this one strip, I got like a little chunk of pink still on it. Sometimes you can get away with it and you can't really notice, but when it's bright pink against white, you notice.
That's you. Here. Mm-hmm.
Scissor this side. Because our little zip strips are going to go on top of our color.
No, I don't want to do that. There.
Yeah, other options are together.
Yeah, that too.
Just depends on how long, because, you guys have for scrapbooking and stuff. So, that way. Okay. These have a direction. So, on your zip strips, you will notice there is a correct direction for your O's, because it's cursive. So
okay.
Make sure you pay attention to that. Okay. So these are gonna go down where you have just a little bit of that like red heart showing on top of it. All right. So that's it. Oops. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back the other way. We're putting this on. Right.
Oh, wait.
I'll put it all the way. And I'm with different ones like that. There's somebody in the way.
No, the one that. They're not OX, it's XO.
So I know Cheryl's been scrapbooking a while, but how about you guys, Julie and Tasha?
2002, I think I started.
Oh, so yeah, decent amount of time.
We're really good collectors of scrapbooking stuff, more than we use it, but we have everything we need.
I know what you mean. School. And then I got back into it in college again.
Okay.
Kind of thing. But when my
Nice.
right, it was good and bad because once I inherited, it was about 3 or 4 years before I finally got back into crafting because I couldn't justify buying anything, and so I don't know, I just lost that fun spark of like, oh, I got this new kit, look at this, I want to make, you know. And so it wasn't until I started like, it's, you know, it's fun to get stuff. Okay. So I'm going to kind of put my layouts a little bit closer together. I know I can't quite fit the both of them down at the same time, which is the only downside. And so I'm gonna find so it's got the bows on one side and the stripes on the other, and we're gonna have one in each section. Okay. And then the small little heart chunk, we're going to have one in each section. And then so find the matching pieces, all right? Because you'll have some that are different sizes. So let me kind of show them. So I had these that match, and then I have these that don't match, okay, that are different sizes. All right, so find the ones that are the same size. Okay. All right, so our same size ones. We are going to put the tall, skinny one. That is going to be on the heart side. And then the double, shorter, fatter one is going to be on the plaid side. And then our larger plaid is going to go down in the left-hand side. And then our skinny heart that's left. Give me a thumbs up if you got that. Yeah? Okay. All right. Kathy, you do...
I'm coming.
You get your paper cut?
I'm just gluing them on the strips.
All right. Okay, so the next chunk you are going to need some scissors for.
Okay, wait a minute. No, and plaid paper. I think I didn't cut one right.
No, there are some different sizes. So you should have 2 of the stripes the same size.
Yeah, I got those. It's the.
So it's the heart and plaid ones?
Yeah.
Okay, so matches. That looks like I think
okay, I have 2 2x3s.
Okay, and then is this a 1x3? Let me check. Oh, 1.5 by 3. Do you have 2 1.5x3s?
I do have 2 1.5x3s.
Okay, 1 in each pile. And then you have 2 chunks that don't match.
I do have 2 chunks that don't match.
Okay, and that should be it. Yeah?
Okay, all right, I got it right.
Big one on the left, little one on the right.
Big one on the left, little one on the right. Okay.
All right.
Cool. I've got.
So next thing is called dovetailing. All right. Which dovetail, easiest way to do it, first of all, if it has a pattern, pay attention to where the bottom is, right? So here's my hearts, here's the bottom. So I am going to just take the bottom and I do a pinch to find the center. All right? And then with my scissors right up in the center on either side, and that gives me a nice even dovetail. Okay? Now, these, notice we have a variety of sizes. All of these are going to get dovetailed. Let me flip that one the right way. Okay? And so these will look fun if you do a variety. So some I will do a shallow, some I might do a little bit of a deeper dovetail. It's kind of your preference, but a mix of sizes kind of helps add some dimension and pizzazz to your work.
This whole pile gets dovetailed?
Yep, and the other pile.
Okay.
So I am curious, you guys, do you guys prefer just like paper projects? Do you like to do, you know, stamping in there also, or mixed media?
Mainly scrapbooking. I have all the stuff for card making, but I don't really do it. I should.
Do you?
So back to that collection issue, but so
Scrapbooking and cards.
Okay. How about you, Cheryl? Or what?
I do both. It depends on whether it's 3 a.m. in the morning or because when I can't sleep, I do cards mostly.
Okay.
They're easier if you mess something up, you can fix it better.
Very true.
Not quite a big palette.
All right. Thanks. Just trying to get an idea for bring in some stamping and other mixed stuff into our layouts. I do like scrapbooking more than card making, but I do make cards on occasion because I use them. I need them. When you're on the left side, again, we are dovetailing at the bottom. Okay, so both chunks are dovetails at the bottom.
she said that I was cutting one upside down. The heart one.
Oh, I had already cut it wrong anyway, so I'll probably end up just turning it around to the other pink side.
Oh,
I did yet.
There you go. That works. Especially, honestly, and if you haven't cut one of the ones that don't have the hearts, you can just...
What are you guys going to do? Here, I'm
General
gonna get this.
Actually, my iPad is dying, so I'm going to switch to my phone.
Okay, we can
Okay.
hang
So I'm going to sign out. Okay. Okay, I think I'm back.
All right.
So,
are you guys all
of them
dovetailed?
are,
So both my piles are dovetailed. Are you guys there also?
not quite, no.
Okay. End up with cut each side at an angle, and I'm going to do them in the same so that they're parallel with one another. So they're both going that same direction. So it's going to end up going kind of on the top to hide any of that rough edge from my dovetails. And then this one I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to cut an angle on each side. Again, I'm going to make them roughly parallel with one another. Gonna throw in some geometry vocab. So then find that white piece of paper from your pile. So this one we are also going to dovetail. So it's going to end up the left side that we're going to dovetail. It's white, it's blank, doesn't really matter. You're just going to end up with one side dovetailed. And so what's going to end up happening is this last kind of little colored strip is going to end up going on top of it, and it's going to stick out a little bit. And so I am going to kind of cut that edge, so just that one edge. So it does stick off, sticks over just a little bit. And then notice it's about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Or apparently add some glue on my paper. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to go ahead and glue this white piece down. So its location, so it's on my top of my left page. And so notice how I have about 1/8 of an inch showing of my pink right above it. Okay. So I'm going to glue this into place. And we're going to have a cute sentiment that we have from our stickers that we'll place on this. My My dog gets excited with the child sometimes. I don't know, playing. Okay. So, placement of our dovetails. So these are nice and a little bit flexible. If you accidentally did cut one the wrong direction or something like that, you can flip them around and have that other side. So I am going to kind of arrange them in the top. I'm going to do my plaid one, you know, what, about maybe ½ an inch from the edge. So I kind of like to arrange them first, move them around, and then I go back and glue them down in case I want to scoot the whole pile over or just move it around a little bit. I'm going to put that on that side. I'm going to have this one where it kind of just overlaps the two of them. And then on top, I will add a heart. And then over here, I'm going to add my reds. And then I can kind of scooch and adjust depending on how I want it. You know, I want kind of a little... So I like a nice, like, little thin line here so you can just see. Let me go ahead and kind of... Whoa, too zoomed. Okay. So I'm going to do kind of a thinner line where I can see that there. Okay, so I kind of like that placement. So it gives me a good idea of what I'm doing. So then I'm going to go ahead and glue them down. So again, these are something where you can have a lot of play. I love doing these little dovetail flags. I think it adds so much, the fun layering, especially if you do a lot of different colors and stuff. It really helps tie everything in together. Okay, so I'm going to check my placement. I wanted that to just overlap a little on each side. So again, all those are just lined up with the top. It's going to kind of overlap on here. Depending on how wide you made it, it might hang over both sides or it might not hang over either. Just depends on how wide you place your banners. All right. We got this one? A little bit longer? Okay. Let's check out the bottom left one. Okay, to the side. Plaid. Okay, generally what's going to happen is these I'm going to kind of line up with the top edge here. So I do kind of want to keep things about this width, if that makes sense. So I'm going to kind of use that as my guide. So I'm placing the slightly smaller width. And I'm going to go ahead and actually glue those down because I don't really want it any wider than that because then I'm going to see the tops of my little dovetail flags. Okay, so then these are gonna flatten that out a little bit. You can kind of play with how much you want them to top of that one, and this is gonna go kind of there. All right, so we kind of have our nice layered look, and then we'll place, again, this is gonna go kind of in the middle over the tops of them. All right. So I'm doing that blue stripedy one first. I like it where it's just overlapping a little on this side, but quite a bit over here. I will do my hearts. Yeah, about there. And the little short one, which is mostly going to overlap the blues. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and glue down my yellow piece on top. Again, my goal is kind of to hide all of those edges, slightly half above, half below that line. That way it adds some dimension. Now, to add kind of a little bit of flair and dimensions to our page, there's a couple ways we could have done this. If we had wanted to bust out our ink, we could have inked the edges of this so it has more of a sharper contrast. That's one option. Or another option, which is kind of fun, is what you're going to do with your little dovetails is you're going to just kind of doing that. I need to use tweezers. They're too thick to get under the paper now. But what's going to happen is you're just going to kind of curl up those bottom edges. And it really kind of adds some flair to your page. It's just kind of a cute little dimension, and it adds a lot to the look, okay? And so I'm just going to kind of fluff them on both sides, okay? So again, other things, you could use foam tape to have some flags raised above others are options. We're going to go ahead and add some raised things on top of here. So that's why our flags are flat, but I wanted some dimensions coming up. All right. Okay, so now this, Chris's. I think I froze. Hold on.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I'm gonna do what I do with my students. I'm gonna do this very fancy thing called unplug, and I'm gonna plug it back in. And then we wait about 5 seconds. Is it gonna like me? Aha! It's technology, but this camera that I'm using is fairly old. This is normally in my classroom, so. But I am teaching from home right now, so I'm able to use it. Okay. Bam. So our paneling strips, okay, and our photo mats, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down my journaling strips. So pretty basic. Take your white strip and glue it into your matching black. is going to go over on our right page. And our other 3 are going to end up kind of zigzagging over here. So again, you'll notice I like to place my cards and then I glue things down. So my 4x6 goes there. And then I'm going to have a 4x4 and a 3x3 that kind of slightly overlap. We have a 4x4. Sorry, not 4x6. And then here are our 2. And here is where our baker's twine is going to come in. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've ever used baker's twine in a layout, but it's so much fun on your photos, and there's a trick to it. Okay. What we are going to do, and so I'd say about maybe about ½ an inch on either side of your photo. Okay, so let me kind of zoom in, and so I want just a little extra past the length of my photo, or I guess the width, I should say. Okay, so I'm going to cut that length. Okay, so it's just a little bit bigger than the width of my photo. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut another chunk. Okay, mine is about 3.5 inches long. Okay, I'm going to roughly find the middle of my string, and that smaller chunk I am going to tie a single knot. All right. Knot, but the nice thing is my knot can move, so I can move it over to center. Okay. Now to attach this, all right. So I am actually going to use a little chunk of my tape runner. You can also use washi tape. Okay, but I have placed, kind of see, my little piece of tape on either side. So I will take one side, stick it into the tape, wrap it around my card. Okay, and then I will kind of pull it, not super tight, because you're going to end up sliding a photo under here, so you don't want it too tight, all right? So it still has a little bit of movement, and then I'm going to push it around into the, okay? And then I don't like how long this is. I like little short knots, so I'm going to go in, and I'm going to, these work great for paper, but they're terrible on twine, I feel like. Okay. Cut there. Okay. And you're going to do that for all of them in this layout. It's not a bad idea, once you've added your twine, to go ahead and glue down your page. Okay. Since you do have some tape already on it, may as well put it into the correct location. So mine, I'm having it where just a little bit, same thing, that is so I can slide my photos in and tape when I tape them in. Okay. Slightly higher on my 3x3s. I will definitely put it lower and close by 3s. I'm doing much more of like a zoomed in chunk, and I don't want it as high. My larger, more upright photos, as I said, I like it a little bit further in on my twine. So you can always kind of roll it down a little bit, depending on where you want it to locate. Okay. So I'm just going to grab my next one, and I'm going to repeat the process. So again, this part is a little time consuming, all right, but it does add a lot of flair. And as far as that second piece, you can sometimes cut it a little bit shorter. Again, I need to cut it a little bit longer, and then I trim them because of, like I said, sad to say, my fingernails right now. Or sometimes having tweezers on hand can be useful for tying those little ridiculous knots. Okay. So again, my first strip is longer than my photo. My next strip is short enough to tie a knot, or I guess long enough to tie a knot. And then I will flip my photo over, add a little bit of tape. Notice this one I'm doing lower on my smaller photos. It's just my upright 4x6s. I like to do a little bit higher. Okay. And then I will tape one side in. Again, leave just a little bit of room. You are going to need to be able to slide a photo in, and then if you want to be able to roll it up or down a little bit. And so it looks like this one, I just need to trim the one side. I'm kind of happy with the other. Yeah, there we go. And this one, let me kind of these back up. And those about there. Yeah, I think I'm slight angle. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. I leave these edges loose. I have known people that are a little more extreme and precise, and they will put their photo in, and then they'll use like some kind of liquid glue, and then they'll be like, all right, I want it to always stay perfect to be more of a straight piece. That is an option for gluing them, you know, but again, that's kind of a personal preference. I like the more natural, the different knots. So.
We've probably got about an inch of snow already here in North Carolina.
Oh man, fun. Or do you like the snow?
Yeah. See?
I can go up the mountain, and it's normally maybe a 50-minute drive to get up to the snow in the mountains. But when there is snow, everyone kind of has that same idea where they're like, oh my God, there's snow. And so then it takes like 2 hours to get up the mountain. So wait, Cheryl, does that mean you work from home? I can't remember. Or are you just...
From home, I still work. I have way too much other things I want to do. I don't want to work.
I know what you mean. Desk, I used to have it in like what we refer to as like future child number 2's room. We had a desk up there, and when I was having to teach from home, it was like, oh, I'll use that. And then when I'm like, oh, I kind of want to do these virtual workshops, and I'm like, oh, so I moved my desk into my craft room. And so then it's like, oh, I'm like looking behind, like, I'd much rather play with paper. So, Kathy, I feel like we haven't heard too much from you. Where are you from?
I've just got behind there, so I'm just trying to catch up.
It's at least, you know what, with the twine, you can always like snap a picture of how they're supposed to be laid out, or look at my layouts. I'll post the layouts later on in Facebook, you know, and you can.
I'm getting the twine. I'm like the twine.
Oh, okay. As you can see, it takes forever to do the twine. Well, we're only going to do the twine on one of the 3 layouts, you'll see. So, you're welcome to add it to the others, though, if you prefer. Oh, but where are you from, Kathy?
Alberta.
Oh, you're the Canada one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And lots of snow.
And so, do you have any kids, or?
Yes, both grown up.
Okay. Any grandbabies then?
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
Ooh, fun. And are you conned into babysitting for the grandbabies?
Not too often. They live a few hours.
Oh, I am. Oh, there it is. Since I'm kind of working on this right one, I just finished these photos. I'm also going to go ahead and glue down my journal strip. And so kind of just add those when you finish your layout. Okay. This over. And the left side. Actually, we can do that. Yay. In the bottom, not the part. So one thing I feel like I should say, the are not as intense. Little side note: when you are gluing down your journaling, do kind of a fairly decent zigzag. We have some like stickers that we're going to be kind of alternating in there. Okay, so make sure you kind of have a decent width. Okay, if you already glued them down, not a problem. You can always put the sentiments on either side of them. Okay. Guides from. I know she'll send you a workshop guide to go with it. Okay. Since you are in Canada. And then for everyone else, if there's other paper packs that you are interested in, there are some workshops like this that I've purchased with the paper. Okay. I don't know why. So.
I just got my phone.
Yes, Chris actually did emailed me some.
Yeah, so yeah, that's one of her things. Yeah, if you order from her, so she's got some fun ones. I have some other ones that I have like I have a really cool Halloween one that she did, but you know I don't think anyone wants to do a Halloween layout right now. Halloween's my favorite holiday. I'm all about it. So kind of thing, and what else? I'm working from her, so she had like a Black Friday sale, so I got a handful of them.
Okay.
So they're fun. Okay. Are we good with our twine then? We're gonna go ahead and finish this full layout. All right. So we're onto our sticker sheet. Okay. So, what is going to happen is in here, we're going to do Oh My Heart. Oh My Heart. All right. I'm going to use my tweezers to kind of place everything. And punch out my little sticky parts. Even before I had small ones, the big ones I kind of, it goes back and forth. But I want the O. It's going to be up here, so it's going to be O, and then my is going to go underneath it, kind of overlapping. O. My, and then the heart is going to go here, and you can kind of see this spacing, right? Because we don't want to put them too far apart and not be able to fit them in. And I am going to kind of have the heart overlap just kind of a little bit on that colored edge there. All right. And then this yellow heart right next to the word heart, I'm going to grab that one. All right. And I am going to place that kind of right there at an angle. Oh my heart. Top left corner. Okay, so on the sticker sheet, you'll see this top left, little yellow with a burgundy heart. And that is going to go next to the my, kind of overlapping my dovetail. I guess I could zoom in. That would be easier on you guys. And I'll probably also focus it. All right, so that is the top part. And then now I'm going to go ahead and move on to some of these sentiments here. Okay. So the top left.
Oh, that little bitty one. Okay, got it.
So we had the top left, and then we had the yellow one was right next to heart.
Yeah, I got that one. Thank you.
No worries. Some more yellow. We're going to go for Cutie Pie. Okay. Now, this one, I am actually going to grab my phone. I like a little bit of dimension. Okay, so on my Cutie Pie, yes, it's already a sticker. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some foam top. All right, so I want this one to be raised up. Again, this is optional. If you don't want your pages to take up as much room in your scrapbooks, then just leave it as a sticker. So I have the Cutie Pie from the bottom right of our sticker sheet. I put some foam tape to help kind of pop it up. And I'm going to put Cutie Pie right here. Okay. And then I'm going to do, next up is your. So you're cute. And then next to your cute, at the top of your sticker sheet, you had this pink and yellow heart right next to that Oh My Heart, that pink and yellow one. I'm going to grab that guy. I'm going to pop this one up. And you know what? I'm going to just slightly overlap that corner. So it's just on top of my corner with my foam tape popped up. Be mine. Same thing. Grab some foam tape. Pop that sucker up. Make it adorable. And to change it up a little bit, the Be Mine, this time I'm going to just barely overlap the edge of it. Okay, so again, I really like that layered look. Okay, so it's just a little bit over it, so I can still write in my journaling. So to finish off this page, I think we have 2 more stickers, well, at least on the left side. Up next, I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. There's a pink polka dot heart. So this one I am going to do flat, and then we're going to do a second one that will pop up. Okay. So this one I'm going to put about here. So I'm doing mine, so it's overlapping a little on the yellow, my other lower ones. And then on my sticker sheet, the right side, there is a circle with a lacy heart. So find that circle with the lacy heart. And this one, I'm going to pop up and kind of overlap. Actually, that one I can use one of my foam squares for. Okay. going to do about there. So it's overlapping both that bottom of my photo, adding some more fun dimensions, and add our black and white dots. All right. Okay, so next, got a lot going on this one. February 14th. Okay, we're going to start with this one, and then we're going to kind of layer off of it. So this is page. Okay. There. So just so you know, we are going to be putting love kind of above it, slightly overlapping this one. So generally you need enough room to put love, and then we'll have some other things underneath it. So for placement, okay. So I'm going to do love next. And I'm going to do my love. Again, I'm going to puff that up. So we have one flat, and then we'll raise up. About yay. So that is love. Next, okay, so hello. Again, I'm going to pop this one up. And now this one, I'm going to, you can kind of decide where, I don't want it to cover too much of my picture. So it's kind of overlapping a little bit of this corner and a little bit of the bottom edge there, February 14th. Next one is going to be the lock. And for placement, I just kind of want you to see, I am also going to do the foam. So I want to show you how I'm kind of placing them because the lock is going to be flat and the popped up. So that I can kind of show you. Okay. All right, so my foam. I want my lock and my phone kind of like lap a little bit, and my phone is going to be kind of in that chunk where it overlaps my photo just a little bit, overlaps the lock. Okay. Now, a little one. So right underneath that key, you see a little heart. Okay, so again, this came from there on my sheet. And just kind of to tuck it in, bend it. All right, so now we have I'm losing things. Okay. This, all right. And this one I'm going to pop up again. You do about there. And then I have so this was here on my sheet. So it is And I'm going to kind of place it near it. And that one I'm doing flat. So again, having some flat, some popped, giving all those different dimensions. Okay. And then we got, I think it's just one more sticker on this page. So our last little guy is this itty bitty teal one. Okay. And our little teal right up there with my hearts. Our black and white dots, we want the white ones.
Ashley, I'm sorry, I missed that last sticker.
Little teal guy, he's hiding middle of the left.
Got him.
Okay. Right. So this one, we're going to add some little white accents around. I am going to put a bigger one here. And then I'm going to put the little one kind of right up there. Okay, so again, they're easy to see in person. It's a little bit bright. I could have done this. There we go. Change my contrast. Okay, so you can see those a little bit better now. Okay. And where I want one, you know what? So again, this is where I love that these are on a nice clear sheet and not like a white sticker sheet. So I can kind of look and see what sizing I want. So I like that medium size up here. So again, yours might have a larger gap or a smaller gap, and that might change what size you pick. But this is where you kind of get to play. And I'm going to do one up there. And actually, I'm going to do a small one next to it. So I did a medium, and then I'm going to do a small one as a cute, like, little cluster. And, you know what, I kind of want one, oh yeah, I'm going to do another small one right by this little heart. Yeah, I like that. That's cute. Okay. Well, that's probably good for now. So, I like doing things in clusters, all right? I think it helps better versus like kind of spreading one here, one there. Works better. Now, I feel like this is enough. I don't really want too much more dimension in here, but I kind of want to draw the eye and add some pop-ups up to this section here. So I'm going to kind of hold this up, and I'm going to see where I want to do that. Since it is white, all right, so it looks like I'm going to do a medium one down here. Okay, let me see if I want a pair. You know what? I want a pair. I tend to put things in pairs, and I sometimes same size, sometimes different size. I like them in twos. I think it's just cuter. I like that. And I'm going to go ahead and do some down here. Let's see, what do I want to do? You know, I'm going to do one kind of overlapping the heart. I'm going to do a medium one. Overlapping. And then I'm going to do a larger one overlapping up here. And I like it. Okay. I'm going to call that good for that. And I'm going to call that done, except for, you know, pictures, obviously. Okay.
So that is our layout 1. Again, this is kind of the long one, I'm not going to lie. We had this one has like way more stickers, I feel like. I mean, not stickers, but between all the dovetails and everything else, had a lot of detail, I guess we can say. All right. Number 2. Okay, I'm going to do a brief pause and run to the restroom. Okay? Are you guys good? Do you want to put the other layouts back up? Were you guys all done with those?
Yeah, if you put it back up, would be great.
Okay. So let me set those back up. I can kind of do it. I'll do it like that, so you can kind of see where everything was. And I'll be right back, please. All right. On to layout 2. Okay, so again, I'm going to kind of do the same thing as before. We're going to lay out what some of like the large pieces are, and then we'll add the small and photos on top of it. Now, this is the one I will show you how she laid her photos initially, and then I will also kind of show you how I'm going to modify a little bit for my photos, because I have too many that I can't crop down to a smaller size. Okay. Alrighty. Get all of my sizes. Okay, those are my smallers. Okay. Alright. So we have the blue stripes, and then we have so there's 2 different sizes. Okay. We have the bigger ones, and then we have the slightly smaller, right? That are those pieces. Just start this off. All right, and then our other 2 thin strips that we have, so we have the hearts on one side and we have the plaid. We want the plaid side up. So what's going to happen is the one that we have 3 of, the same stripe, okay? You're going to take one of the stripes. That's going to go on the edge, okay? So again, this is the bigger stripe. You're going to take a plaid. Then we want the large hearts. Okay. Sandwich it with a plaid and a blue. Okay, and then this stays light. All right, for our other side, okay, this other blue is gonna go, okay, so since it's overlapping, that part's, so our blue is gonna go at the bottom. And then find the bows. Make sure you have your bows the right direction. The plaid. The plaid. And this one's going to kind of just, it'll go up here and we'll measure it out when we, so that's kind of the rough of where your chunks go. So I will give you a sec to kind of get them in that order, and then we will glue. This left page is very easy. We start at the outside edge and we just glue in, okay? This one we start at the bottom, but then I'll tell you the measurement for that one. All right, so you can kind of still see the order there, but I'm going to rotate my page to glue this direction because it is easier for me to set my pieces and glue them down straight when it's rotated. So again, I'm working just from the side in and then from the bottom up. Just keep that large stripe piece for last. All right, so this striped paper is going to be 1 inch from the top. All right, so again, I like to use my pencil and I just do kind of a marking on either side, just a small little. I'm going to flip my page upside down when I do it, and again, that's just so it's easier for me to line up. Okay, and sticker sheet. Okay. See these two red scalloped edges? We're going to place one above and one below this guy. So there's one right above. And then one right below. For photo placement, we're going to have one here. Our others are going to go up there at the top. Okay. And so what'll happen is I'm going to show you how Chris has them in her layouts. I'm not going to glue these down. After we're done with our third page, if you want to hang out and see how I would change it for my photos, then you're welcome to. If that's something that doesn't interest you, then, you know, you're free to go. But I'll change mine at the end, okay? But these are the placements just so we can add our other stickers. So this one's actually a really easy page. So again, you are welcome to add twine to all of your photos. There's probably enough, there should be enough on here that you can do them to every single layout. Again, kind of your choice. I wanted to make sure we did it on that first one. It adds, that way we have a little more focus on the actual pictures itself, and it's not quite as busy, okay? So I'll change them up quite often. All right, so on to stickers already. What we're gonna do is this large heart here, okay? So this is gonna be our journaling for this page. And so this is gonna go kind of about here. So it's gonna go right next to your photo. You're welcome to have it overlap the edge of your photo. You can have it next to, it is your choice. But this is going to be what I think is my favorite sticker of the pack, which is this like ridiculous car with these heart balloons in it. I don't know why. It's just this one I think is so cute. So I'm going to pop this one up because I really want it to kind of pizzazz. Again, that's why this one is a little bit more simple. We want to have this sticker really kind of show. Oh, there it is. Okay, lost my tweezers. Well, this just in. Stickers are sticky. This I'm going to have overlapping just like the edge of that heart. Okay, so you can see that pop up. Oops. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. Next on our sticker sheet, top left corner, this little scribble heart. Okay, so again, top left corner, scribble heart. I'm going to do about there. That way, kind of overlapping, so we get that cute layered look, but I don't want to lose too much of my journaling lines. Okay. And we're going to throw in some love. All right, so down here in my words, love. Again, I'm popping that up. And then that one, I'm my layout a little bit. Okay. We'll go ahead and finish the left side, sorry, right side, and then we'll do the left side. Okay. This one is all of everything's just right here, nice and pretty. So I am gonna actually bring some black dots in on this one. So we're gonna do some couple white, couple black. So we're gonna do some black up here by the balloons. You know, I'm gonna do a medium one. I kind of like it right in this crevice. And then I think I'm going to do a little one right down here underneath it. And then I'm going to kind of mirror that look. Yeah, so I'm going to do a medium one, kind of under the front bumper, and then I will do a and I think that's enough. I like it. So again, you can glue these ones down. I'm going to be modifying my layout a little bit. So I'm not. Okay. Here, I can do that. All right. The other side. Okay. Okay. Slight angle to it. And then we're going to have our 4x4s. Like so. We're going to be placing this large "You Stole My Heart" in this blank here. So you do want this 4x6 pretty low to the bottom. So we have plenty of room. And then we're going to put this cute little jar over here. So make sure this is over enough that you can fit that jar. Again, it's okay if the jar overlaps just a little. Some foam tape. The "You Stole My Heart" just too ridiculous to try and pop up. So I'll give you a moment to glue your photos down if you want. Or you're welcome to leave them loose, put your stickers down, and then finalize it in case you want to kind of adjust anything. All right? But we're going to start with the "You Stole My Heart" up in this white. Okay? So it's all just going to stay in this whole white section. And I'm going to kind of center everything. Okay, so Y. O. U. S font. It's kind of like these ridiculous letters. Okay. My. Tag, lock it, tag. This yellow one right here. I am going to pop him up. And I'm going to pop him up next to the S. Show you over here. The yellow key. I'm going to do that kind of under it. I'm going to do it so the little, I don't know, the key part will be down there, kind of sticking into that little gap. And then this flower, I'm going to pop up. Yeah, right there. And so then you can have some play with your 4x6s. Okay. Right here, which is that big jar, which I'm going to pop up. He's popping up, and he can overlap a little bit of your photo card. Are going to go down here. So for our words, we have hugs and kisses are going to end up going off of here. I'm going to pop them both up with my foam tape. And I'm going to have mine just slightly overlap the jar. Again, I like layers. And then kisses. So hugs and kisses. So they were along the bottom. Tap it, there's no room. Cut off a chunk so I can overlap my kisses. There we go. Hugs and kisses and foam tape. All right. Time for some dots. All right, so let's see. Down in hugs and kisses. I think I want a little one up there. One at the top. I think I'm going to do a white one up top. Yeah, let's do a big one to kind of help balance it out. Okay. Do I want another one next to it? Yeah, I want another one next to it. Pairs. Good with just the one. It's got those little flags. All right. So I like that, and that white kind of pops on there, the black. Okay, so I need some pizzazz up here by these bigger hearts. So I'm yeah, white on white. That's not gonna work. Yeah, I think a big black. As you can tell, I've been digging into my white and black ones. I use these all the time. Yeah, something up here. Little one. So a little white. Yeah, I like that. That's cute. I kind of feel like, yeah, ooh, actually, no, I'm gonna do the white one. I like the white one down here. Since it's overlapping the red, I think I like that pop. Okay, I think that's good. So again, but you can see clusters, which is kind of that triangle. So you'll notice in your layouts where she has a cluster here, here, and here. And so that triangle is something you want a lot of times in your layouts. It helps balance and draw your eye to certain locations. Okay. So that is that. So again, I'm going to be changing my locations of these guys for this layout and for my photos. But I'm going to use these for that next map. So I'm hoping to take some fun Valentine's Day quarantine photos this year. So these two pages that, the other two pages, that's what those are going to be for. All right. So in case you missed something, you know, a detail or something like that, Ross wants to sit and watch the 4-hour video that we're, well, no, we're only at like 3 hours and 13 minutes, so. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go for my bows first. And we should have 4 of them, and we actually want the bow side. And so our bows, pay attention to your direction. One on, so it's the same thing on both pages. So these are going to match identical, okay, since you can't quite see all of this one. All right, let me move my, your short ones off to the side. Those are going to be our accent on our photos. Okay. So now we have, like, I think it's 8 of these we should. So you need to start with the pink side, all right? And if I were you, is look for ones that match. So notice how these are very similar in the design versus, and like these kind of match up. Okay, the paper's the same, but you can see kind of that pattern, all right? And the reason I'm doing this is these are going to be going across, and they'll be on here, and they're going to match on the other side. And so if I want that nice, pretty pattern to line up, and let me kind of zoom in so you can actually see what I'm talking about. See how it's the same paper? So see how this is kind of like a continuation of that pattern versus if I had this one, it's the same. Okay, so you should be able to match your pieces fairly close to each other where it's kind of like the pattern continues. Okay. All right, and that, what's going to happen is, I'm going to kind of lay my matchy pieces horizontally. I don't know why I did these vertical. Okay, so the matchy ones, and now what's going to happen is we're going to have the dark at the bottom, and then we're going to have the hearts above it. Okay. And then we're going to end up with plaid in the middle. Okay. So hearts. All right. But then my hearts line up, my plaids line up, everything is all nice and pretty. All right. Okay. And so the way we are going to glue this is we are going to start with the pink on one side. We're going to glue all the center stuff, and then we'll glue the other pink bow on the other side. Okay, that way if there's any like little random edges, we can kind of use this to make everything line up perfectly. Okay. Okay. Your pattern down, it matches the other side, because as you're flipping it over and putting your tape on it and flipping it back, right, it's really easy to tell with the hearts, but you know, if you spent all that extra time matching your pretty pattern so it continues, you know, make sure it matches. do you guys tend to do workshops a lot? Do you prefer to just kind of create your own from what you have? What's your guys' preference? Okay.
Same for Tasha and I.
But otherwise, I don't do any. Very seldom.
Okay. Oh, so is this kind of getting you out there to do something more?
Yes, and I can. Usually in the wintertime, we do a couple scrapbooking weekends. But since we can't go out, I started looking for something to inspire me.
That's kind of how I am. I bounce back and doing my own. I will say I like her layering, and I've been doing a lot more layering in my own workshops now. Not workshops, my own just layouts.
So unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the last little detailed chunk of my video did not record. So I've included some photos of the finished product for the layout so that you can follow along and add the final few stickers and black and white dots. So thanks again for making it with Ashley, and let me know if you have any questions, and make sure to follow and leave any comments below. Have a great day, you guys.